And we are recording, and thus another Tiles of Confusion shall begin. A little later this time, and it's probably going to be a bit of a shorter session than usual, just purely because of how long our marathon racing stream went. Yeah, some good results, and we didn't even last one of the 2.4 hours promised, but we did some other races in the meantime, and I proved that I am the master of that All-Star Mercedes. So, how are we doing? Who is in fact here? And back indeed. Welcome back, Viking. Thanks for that. Why would you be banned, sir? No idea what you mean. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly go and update that on the tables. Bear with. And then I will just quickly show the results and how we currently are standing. So yeah, score tracker. And that was round game 50. That probably happened after the game, JPB, that's why. Alright, it's fine. So if that wasn't a late game edition, then I'll add that, which unfortunately means that the lead is going to extend even further than before, but fine. Chiral 7. Young minus 26, and Debbie minus 44. And any match 50. Kesh got that rather than. That's fine. That's been adjusted. We have a game in progress, and I have references to try and copy over. So bear with. I know a game is about to start. I will move over in a moment. There we go. So that should hopefully everything's up to date, and I'm now slightly further behind than I was. Let's do something. Good evening, Draconis. How are we doing? I am D. Let's start with, and this is okay. So, as a quick aside, these are the current standings as it shows. Viking is ahead of me by quite a lot. We also have a lot of people on 33% win ratings here. We did have one more, and then Viking obviously got that result, which, you know, skewed things there so slightly in his favour. Anyway, this is looking decent. Not great, but decent. I could go for Toy Toy here if I needed to, but we'll see how it goes. I kind of want to keep Toy Toy open, so I'm going to get rid of a 2, even though it's Dora. I've got 7 pairs as an option as well. If I draw the 5 AV Peiko, waiting on West 6. Which is not the most silly thing I could be waiting on. If I draw the 4 or the 5, I suppose I've also got the option of going for the 7 pairs. Yes, sounds kind of big. I am playing with you here. Anyway. Okay, so this is going to be leaning towards that side behind now. So I got 1 call for Toy Toy Tenpai. Got 1 draw for a Siwanko Tenpai.
Each.
Okay, Ipeiko waiting on West 6. I'm dealer, so I'm okay to put the threat on. I could have tried to force the Suanko wait, but it's fine. Ipeiko reach on a regular wait, so you never know. That might come off. There are still 4 winners, and it's important as dealer to try and press the advantage if I can, so we'll see. Second Dora discard. Nobody wants it.
Home.
I do look like I'm Sozu, but we'll see what happens. As it happens, I wouldn't have drawn. I believe I wouldn't have drawn the Suanko at this point, but we do take a win off Draconis, though. It's cheap enough, but I'm dealer, so I can take that. I suppose we could have tried to go the 7 pairs weight instead, but yeah, it's fine. This is not a particularly good hand. It's got potential, but we just need to pair up either the East or the green, and then we can do something from this. But get rid of South. Well, West was live, so it was a chance I was waiting on it. I mean, it could have been a Sozu Honitsu, which is kind of what it was sort of looking like initially, with a 4 being my only real discard. Well, it wasn't all that painful. I drove quite well, considering. Ultimately, that's what matters. If you had the hand to push with, then by all means, that was worth pushing. Because I only had 2 Han. Not that you were to know that, of course, but still. Okay. Unfortunately, it's killing my chances of getting this to go.
Eat.
And that means, of course, he's going to reach it.
Home.
If you get the Honitsu, it's a very difficult thing to pull off. So I'm going to pass at the moment. Got the East, which might go 2 dragons up top. So now I am completely sealed off there. 1 would have been a single weight because of all the 2s we can see.
Dong.
Okay, well, whether it was Daisangan or not, that is a huge hand because 4 Dora were given away. So yeah, immediate Baiman return. Thanks for whoever called the reach there. You can't from Tenpai. Well, that happens. He really doesn't need the help, though. Alright, well, that's for 9 here. We've got an outside chance of getting Chancer, which is what I'm debating, really, but we'd need a lot of help for this. Do I just do it? Do I just go for this? I'm north. It's early enough. I've got a bit of a gap to make up. I've given Draconis 2 calls now, so 5 is a Sudi at least. I mean, you could be going for a South Honitsu, you could be going for a South Toy Toy. we're fine. We got our triplet of dragons, so I don't need any more. And as I'm kind of forcing myself on this side, this isn't the best way to go about this hand, in all honesty. Zhong Edge! Indeed it is. Okay, red dragon means my red's safe. South's also safe, of course, but... Oh, god darn it, I had the pair if I kept that. I mean, it's only been a slight advancement, because I still need the 1-7 on this side, but... I suppose I'm not far from Tempai anymore, two-way. Late in the game, I could go for an open chanter. I could even have called that, in fairness. Dora 7 is not what I wanted to play there. That was a poor decision.
Gee.
Yeah, I'm pushing my luck a little here. I don't know why. This isn't a valuable hand by any means. I've got 3 safe dragons if I decide it's not worth it. It might not be. Let's go for that anyway. We see the freeze, so self-drawn. See my red Dora. As dealer though. It's as dealer, so it's not a bad hand. Puts him into second. Doesn't get me any closer to the Viking, of course. Does put Draconis on the drain, though. He's really not going to be doing well in a moment. So it might be in my interest to try and squeeze another 1,000 points here. Go for a quick hand or something, but let's just see how it goes. If I draw a pair of these, I might go on and do it from there, but I would need something secured first, which isn't entirely likely from here. That's helpful. Oh, I can use up some thinking time there. Yeah, let's toss the red dragon now. So we're looking at Tanyo. As I say, we only really need a quick hand to get second, but it's East 2. Unless Draconis busts out in historic fashion. Okay, now we'll toss that. Stay on the plan for the moment. So best draws here are probably 5 replaced with 5, and then one of the internal tiles, and then we're off. Oh, nice. Okay, so one more for Tanyo Tempai. Could make it open, but it would really be cheap at that point.
Gee.
Okay, we'll grab Tempai.
Done.
I'll take the red 5, and it's off the dealer as well. Tanyo red 5. It was cheap, but it puts me over the 30,000 and puts me back within a Mungan range. Well, actually, just outside Mungan sumo range of Mr. Viking. Who, as I sort of mentioned on the sort of leaderboard tracker, is a bit ahead of me at the moment. We'll keep that because I don't really want to get rid of this 5 if we can avoid it. But again, we're looking at Tanyo here. Well, we're looking for something else. I know, it's almost as if this game is based on logic. Alright, Draconis is now risking the last of his points, but he's in last place and kind of needs to. We're going to play safe against this. The only problem I've got is that kind of kills any momentum I have towards actually having a hand, but... Oh, how do we want to play this then? I got nothing safe. That was the worst discard I could have made at that point. But my theory here is that that helps me towards the hand I'm trying to develop right this moment. Right this moment. East 1-2. Yeah, I'm out of time, so I'm going to have to use my thinking time carefully here. Oh, I tossed the wrong tile. Well, now we just got to hope for 2 passes, because if it does... 7 pairs, incidental weight on the 1 man. Screw that, Dora. Seven, 7, 7. Okay. Oh, and 8 was discarded later. I should have looked at that first. Well, I denied Draconis a few points here with my Dora 7 pairs weight, but... Arguably that was pushed a little too hard, because even with a double pair that would have got me 96. Might have overtaken him, but not likely to. Still, this is looking an okay hand. So yeah, 2 from Tenpai. Possible Sanshoku, maybe. White Dragon for now.
Boom.
Okay, Zhong with the White Dragon call. And now I'm definitely within Mungan range. Good draw. Get rid of the 1. Lean us a bit towards Tanyo in case we need an escape hand. We even had the pair set up as well on both ends, so plenty of options.
Home.
Yeah, that made no sense under any logic, but okay. So he has the Daisangan for it. Of course, 2 red dragons out kind of diminishes the red dragon Daisangan aspect of it, but still likely Honitsu. It's going to be a valuable hand regardless. Just need to find out what suit he's actually waiting on. Probably Sozi from there, but Aite Nomi, best Yaku. One with it at least once.
Wrong.
Viking picks up 1,300. So east only. Oh, that is awful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it's a long way off. But let's just see. Let's just see. Not committed to it yet, but I imagine this is a folding hand. So we have 9 in our pair. Need another 3. The trouble with bluffing, and it's an important thing to note, is that when you reveal your hand and what it's likely to consist of, we can just try and go around it. Oh, indeed, the Shosangan. Indeed.
Hung.
It kills another white dragon off. Not sure why he went for that, but okay. I mean, I could change swap. I'll be too far away to change it to go for the Terminals on as Tempai, but it's always an escape route to be considered at this point. In this case, they kind of are. I'm also trying to work out whether any of my weights are actually dead at this point. They don't seem to be. Get rid of a south on the off chance that we can get the 3 of them going from this. So I still need 4 more draws. Hatsu North. Another 1. There's a 9. How many of those are gone? 3 of them have gone. That's exactly how many of them are gone. Thank you. Let's hope I don't end up waiting on that later. Gonna cautiously play around his double call at the moment. So I still need a lot of help. I still need a lot of help. That, though, is near Tenpai. North Hatsu 9.
Chi.
No, sorry, 9 north. 9 north. Come on, 9 or north. Last 9 would be preferable.
Home.
Naked weight on nothing.
Home.
God damn it, let me draw my darn north winds. I'd even reach at this point. I really would. I'm not going to make it. Unless I hit Tenpai on this exact draw. Oh, wow. Come on, 9 man. 9 man Khan would have been perfect. I'm genuinely in Kokushi Tenpai. Come on, give me the 9 man. Darn it. Ah! So darn close. Oh. Oh, jeez. I have no idea what that's talking about. I'm going to say no. Master Tenpai. So, it was... Also, I have an odd feeling I've just disconnected. So bear with 2 moments while I go and just quickly refresh things. There we go. Okay, I didn't make any major blunders during that off, so... Just hoping my stream actually continued. Somebody will have to let me know. Thanks. If I watch the replay back and find out you were holding that 9, did not Khan, despite your always Khan mentality, and deny me a Yakuman, I am going to ban you from this. I'm not kidding at that point. So if you screen sniped me to deny me a Yakuman, I will be so annoyed. I mean, if someone genuinely had it in their hand and was using it, then fine. I've got no objection to that, but, you know. Well, the wait for a Yakuman goes on, but that felt good. If nothing else, just being Tenpai for it at the end, that was awesome. Do I want to get rid of that in there? Yeah, we're supposed to draw a 5 here. We are dealer, of course, so we can afford to be a bit more aggressive. Okay, Drakon. Oh, Saki. While I was dealer? Really?
Home.
I've got 2 Dora and South in the hand, so this is a really big hand.
Home.
So even if I just get South Tudora, this is perfect. Maybe an odd discard. Maybe a really odd discard, but I'm kind of looking towards something else here. So suddenly, Freed calls early on. Another call.
Chi.
Yep. So Honitsu up top. We have South, of course, so we can take the 2-3 if we need to. Okay, now we get rid of it. So this is looking ridiculously good right now. Restricted hands on 2 players who would not normally be giving me things like this, I know. Problem is, all my dot discards now look dodgy.
Hung.
Yeah, that's not a good play. Especially when you discard the door immediately afterwards.
Gee.
He does drop the 3 of the 5 and be quite happy, but I doubt he will. Somebody does play the North. I've got to show it. North 7 Tempai.
Dong.
Thanks, Fedora. That would be Byman. The fact everybody else did. Yeah, that's. Good news is that puts me mildly in the lead. Okay, red, and we're away. So I can afford any shot at a cheap win now, so this is what we're aiming towards. Got my set, I just need to get rid of this 3-6. There's nothing to do with me. I'm trying to lock the game out. These guys are trying to keep themselves in it. Dracona's going for big hands, I would imagine, but... I give him the win off that. That's going to be annoying. Okay, no. So 4 is the ideal drop, but I doubt I would play it. White Dragon? Nope. So if I draw the 4 or the 7, that can put me in Tempai waiting on the 4. Not the best of weights, of course, but I can do it. The 9 doesn't really help me in this regard. An 8 would be okay. Still be 2 from Tempai, though. It's half a step, but I'm not going to take the half step. Perfect. So we're waiting on the 7 now. 7 save for victory. 2 Dora, Red Dragon.
ドン
Direct hit. 39, and that should pretty much secure... Oh, he is dealer, actually. So it doesn't secure the game, but it's a good result all round.
ポン
But in truth, this has been a good game, though. So I've got 4 pairs in the hand here. I've got the North as well, which doesn't really help me a lot. And Rise has poofed into existence. You missed my near Kokoshi. I hit 10 by basically last draw. And I have to check whether Yong had the 9, because if he did, we met. Actually, I should have checked, actually, because it was revealed. Darn it, I should have looked. Doesn't matter. He proofs into existence, and now he poofs. Okay. How do I want to play this? Let's get rid of a 6.
チ
Alright, no worries, Kyril. Have a good evening. We will catch you another time. Damon, autocorrect indeed. Damon.
ポン
Okay, Young's going for multi-calls, and currently, unless he has a set of Wests, or he has the White Dragon, which
ポン
seem unlikely, this is looking like a hand I'm not going to object to. The problem I've got is, of course, if Viking wins and he gets a bit closer.
ポン
Yeah, you don't call yourself into for a 10. Not if you can avoid it. The North should be safe, actually, so we'll hold on. Okay, Tenpai. So 583. And goodbye.
Boom.
Toy up top.
Kan. Sumo.
Twice, sir. Twice. Well, thanks for the win anyway. And he's in fact going to get glared at. We're going to start game. I think I might have been slightly too late there. Yep, I was slightly too late. True. But for it to work twice? Meanwhile, I should probably go and get into the other game, so just going to copy that in, and we shall examine. But yeah, that Kokushi game, I'm not actually, just have a quick thing on this since I was in it. I should be able to, bear with. So let's see if we can find it. So, well, apparently I'm now watching my own game here, but I actually want to go back. Oh, can I not review the game just yet? Oh, okay. Don't worry then, this is just a repeat of what we just watched, so we'll ignore it. While we wait for this to start up. Not really. You know how insane Yakumans are to get? They are insane. Trying them usually is not an experience that's going to work out for you most of the time. In fact, the vast majority of the time, you're basically running almost lottery odds at times to hope you get Yakumans. As testament of that, I have played 2 years, and in all the games that have been played on Mahjong Tiles of Confusion, there have been 0 Yakumans. There have been quite a few Tenpais for them. That being one of the more stealth ones, because that was a... I had 8. Draconis might have another Khan. Is that another Rinshan? Better not be. I can't actually see the game yet, so, you know. But it better not be. I suppose I could actually just update the score tracker while I'm here. So that was the 15th of July. Well, I'm doubting it's another Rinshan, but I imagine if he hits a Tenho or something stupid like that. Double Saki. And I guess she's quite an interesting one. I've never received it. I've been reasonably close once or twice, but I've never actually hit one. What's today's date? It's the 21st. July, and what was the result of the game? That would have been... So yeah, on form, I did mention that I was on something like that, so we hit a plus 58, which we approve of. Young goes minus 46. Draconis goes minus 26. And because of the way it logs it, I can't actually see what you have here, so hold on. Oh, there we go. Plus 14. So, dragging the thing across, we see that we have a 409. Oh no, Draconis hit 2 Rinshans tonight in the same game, and yeah. He still finished 3rd. But he managed 2 Rinshans in the same game that had mass calling, 2 Baiman direct hits, and a Kokushi Tenpai in the last draw Kokushi Tenpai, which had the possibility of being a Chunkan one as well. So, just looking at the tables here, I'm going to just quickly review over. So, Viking is still top by 39 points, and he's currently on the highest score he's ever been on. He still hasn't peaked my 427, which is the current highest score anybody has achieved, and is the only reason I put it there, just so I can emphasize I was on top. Oh, I also got 1 extra win, so that's up to 12. which I'm sure had something else. Yeah, I did have that as a VLOOKUP tracker, so I'll adjust that on here. And that is 12. So that brings me up to a 35% win ratio. I'm still second, this is true. But, you know, we can hope. Vikings in this game, he could lose. Let's see what we got. Reasonably good hand by Viking up top. Yong has a couple of dragons. I might actually just follow Yong's here and just see how it goes. Debbie has a hand of rubbish, but we'll see what happens when we get out of there. Oh, is this already looking to 7 pairs here? That's his 4th. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, he doesn't have 4. Why do I think he had 4? Alright, I must have been looking at someone else at the moment there. Reapers there. Not much help from you there. Also, I don't know if Debbie's AFK or something, but she's done some odd discards here and has discarded both her drawn tiles twice. There we go. So now he's got 4 pairs. I wonder how extreme that's going to get. In the meantime, it doesn't look as if Draconis is actually getting anything decent, so that's probably what he was talking about by his draws. So it doesn't look as if he's going to hit Rinchant. Okay, yeah, he's being punished. Big time he's being punished. Okay, Debbie finally picks up a pair of Easts, which is helpful. Gets rid of a dragon. Yeah, no worries. I mean, there's only one more slot needed, I think, assuming that's JPB in there. Okay, dragon does not get called by Yong for some bizarre reason. I mean, if anything, he would have advanced his hand a little bit, so... And overall, sitting with 2 Dora, so it's not the worst hand of the one. That would have at least guaranteed that he could win with anything at that stage. Gets rid of a 6. He's technically 1 from Tenpai, but if he'd have called the Green Dragon, he'd have had the thing anyway. So, closing in on 7 pairs. I imagine that's why he's considering that. Decides to break that up and just go for the Pinfu side, which makes some sense. North gets played 7. Seven goes in, 3 goes along, 3 goes along, I imagine. Actually, no, she can use the 3. Drop a 9. Okay, don't drop a 9. 2 Dora then, and unfortunately, this is allowing him to go for his Tanyo Tenpai, so he's now on a 5-2. 6 is okay. It's not a bad swap, though the 3 would have been better. And Viking's hand from here does look very much like it's a Chinitsu. That was a good draw. 9 gets rid of now. Yep. Does give Dora 3 as a call, but there we go. So that's a call back.
Home.
And from here, you need to get rid of one of these 2. Probably get rid of... Yeah, it's unfortunate, but she's going to deal in.
Dong.
I mean, it's the right attacking choice, but it was always going to be slightly dodgy to try that. You could have got rid of the 4s pairs for safety, but as it happens, it was a cheap enough hand. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at. So, pair of Easts for the Viking, and what is quite a nice setup. So that's an aggressive calling hand he's got there, really. He's got a lot of things he can call on quite quickly, and has his Yaku basically sorted now, if he wants it.
Home.
Does decide to take it, because as I say, his hand is a good one for calling with, so there's a chance he's going to be able to call a lot of what he's got, so... Gets rid of a loose 2. That's not such a bad discard, really. So, what's going on with everybody else?
Home.
Okay, dragon and 1 from Tenpai. But does give
Home.
that option. So now he's 1 from Tenpai. That's probably the last chance to get rid of that. I know it's the wrong dragon, but still. Last chance to give away any reasonable bonus tiles here. Does his draw, immediately draw another one.
Gong.
Oh, and that is the deal in. So it's only a cheap hand, but it's enough to keep him dealer and prevent that attack. So I can see a big hand coming up. Let's see. Also, can somebody beat Viking this game, please? Okay, so Vikings looking okay here. 1 away. We know he's about to win a hand here from what the chat's been saying, so we're just going to have to observe this one. So that gives him a pair of 1s if he wants it, though he already has the 9s. Yeah, red 5's not a bad discard at this point. East might have been better. I get keeping the East here, although it was just proven to be a safe tile. And she's just running. Okay, fair enough. That works. Get rid of the 2 or the 6. Yeah, okay. 6 works. So now she's 1 from Tenpai, waiting on that. Which would be a nice 2-5 wait. She can also now draw the last East if there's one left. Could have gone for that, but it's not a good idea. So 1 from Tenpai for Mr. Young. That is Tenpai for you, and that is a 2-5-8 weight.
Gong.
Yeah, against that board, I can see that being a bad choice. I mean, 8 was safer than 5 by a large degree, but it just happened he had a 3-sided weight, and that just fell into how it is. I think you could have folded, possibly discarded the Wests. I mean, you got the hang of building hands, which is half of it. You just now need to actually focus it a little more. And trying to read the situation in the game. So, in this current situation, you're in last place. So you can afford to take a few more risks, but you need to... This is actually a really good hand to go for. So you got the West call. You got a call for Dora here. So, West Dora... Not much else you can add to this, but West Dora is fine. Why do I have a feeling that's going to be immediately followed by a sad face of him dealing in? I don't know. We'll see. So Debbie is on for a Chinitsu, potentially, if he's extremely lucky. He's going to have to give away the South, but South isn't the bonus wind yet. Green that follows green. West is a good draw. Gets rid of a 6. It's fine. It might have been better to get rid of the 4 here, or maybe the closed 6-8, but it's still either way, something's going to give them that point. That's a good draw for Viking, improving his hand. I've just realised how insane that potentially could be. White Dragon is played. More towards the Chinitsu hand. Possibly Itsu there as well. Seven's useful. We'll get rid of the other South here. Decides not to. So they'll be definitely leaning towards a Chinitsu. We'll probably call if it comes to it. Yeah, 3-4 is better than 1-3, so that's fine. 6 gets rid of the 1, perhaps. Depends whether you're committed enough to the Chinitsu at this stage, which you shouldn't be. This late in the game, you're on the second row. You need to just worry about finishing a hand rather than necessarily going for the highest possible value. Again, situational, but she's not too far from the lead at this stage. She's quite close to second, so it's all sensible to go for this. West gets played. I imagine this will get canned by Zhong for some reason. Actually, did not play the West. It is live, so it's not a safe tile. So they're playing a little more defensive, I guess. Is that Tenpai? That is... Yeah, that is actual Tenpai on the 5 dot now. You'll obviously want to change that into a better weight later, but... So that's for 7. I don't know whether Debbie's playing safe against Vidila, but if she is, she's doing quite well on it. Okay, discards the 1 because that doesn't change the hand up, but makes it more valuable. This gets rid of the 8, so that's a good draw. So Debbie's now 2 from Tenpai, but still got a long way to go, really. And there's the 5 from Draconis, which is a really silly discard. I mean, he had the 5 mana. I guess he didn't want to get rid of that as well, but maybe he was worrying about a couple of Chinitsus out there. But still, dealer picks up another repeat. Just keeping an eye on things. Okay, so Debbie with 2 Dora Dragons in her hand. But not much else going. That is a good starting position, actually. I'd have been inclined to call that from Draconis because he's got a good little lean into an easy Chinitsu. Has a Yaku pretty set up. Has Honitsu as a backup. Yeah, get rid of the 4 here. Okay, I guess the 1... I would have kept those possibly on the out chance of escaping to a Chanter. But there's no real problem with that. That is a really good draw. Now he gets rid of a 9. So what are we looking at here? This is a really big hand here, especially as already mentioned, we got a lot of stuff happening here. At this point, you should probably get rid of the East, or the loose tile at the end is fine. There's a lot of rapid hands out here. Red Dragon, probably called.
Boom.
Followed by 4. Okay, now the East can go. Or the 3. Gets rid of a 6. I suppose that's fine, but single number tiles towards the middle you generally want to try and keep if you can. There's more things that relate to them. So get rid of the 3 or the East here. Gets rid of the 3. Probably one of the last chances you could actually do that. That's not a bad draw. Now I can get rid of the 2 or the East. mean, there's a chance now. If she draws a 3, she's in Pinfu Senpai. You can watch in the queue, provided you turn it off before you get there. Shenanigans are happening in about 5 minutes, but still. Let's just see. Okay, so that's for Tenpai. So Debbie still got some positions to go. Discards a 7 against that, which... okay. 4 doesn't help the hand, but I guess East is still dodgy. And there's some points.
Dong.
And that's a effective non-dealer Mungan. Just a few points, especially with the extra bonus and the reach stick. So puts us back to starting values here. So Draconis is sitting in last. Sorry. So let's see what we got. Debbie is dealer. Not the worst start in the world. Would have preferred some Dora, obviously, but it's certainly manageable, especially with that draw. So the 1-8, the 1 of the 8 here. So draw the 7, draw the 3, reach, and not a bad starting hand. Yeah, that's the only downside with discarding the 8. So now you probably have to get rid of a 9. Yeah. Also, just notice that Yong is quite close to 7 pairs. I don't know why I'd cringe, but... enriching with 5 Dora is something that happens occasionally, but still. Sometimes you need that. It's just not... you won't have a Yaku, but you'll have a handful of Dora. That does happen occasionally. So pair of 4s. So now Debbie is quite close here. Just needs to finish off either the 7 or the 3.
Eat.
Specific outsides, of course, but... it's not a bad draw. Probably should get rid of a 9-8 at this point. Goes for the other end, a 1-2. One of those had to be gotten rid of. What are you actually waiting on? You're waiting on the 9-6. I may have to go and grab a drink in a moment, which will probably mean the game will start up immediately, but... we'll just see the end of this, because I imagine that Yong's about to deal in. Based on chat information. Oh, it's also now midnight, so I might even consider just calling it a night here. I know it's early, but I'm actually going to. If other people actually want a game, that's fine, but I am getting to exhausted points, so I am going to call myself out of this one. So I'll watch this game, grab a drink, then finish watching this game, and then we'll record that. And I'll call that a night. So Debbie now 1 from Senpai. There's a counter reach. So waiting on the 6-9. Unfortunately, it's for a 10.
Dong.
And there's the Mungan. Well, I don't see how you're not following. I'm 5 minutes behind you. Anyway, I will go off and grab a drink, so bear with me for 2 minutes.
Home. Home.
And we're back to the game that apparently Kiev is not following, despite being in. So we have Viking with a couple of good calls and one away from Dragon Toy Toy. W's doing okay. Needs a bit of help though. Get rid of the 5 here. Keep the 2 to 5. Yep. Hope to get something that adds this into pin 2, I suppose. Well, I imagine that was discarded only because of an early 6, but let's see.
Home.
Okay, 7 called. Oh yeah, that's not a bad draw. So this is helping our pin 2 side out. Should probably get rid of a pair of 7s here. Goes for 2 instead.
Chi.
Which gets called. Okay. So she's 1 away now. She actually draws a 3. She's in the 2-sided weight. Meanwhile, there is a Hatsu weight. Ah, that's good. So she can now discard the 4, go for a reach. Okay. So she's waiting on the 3. Oh no, she's waiting on a 4-7. Okay, that's actually not a bad weight. It's probably better than I had. 1 7 remaining though. 3 4s versus how many 3s? Don't know. Viking not discarding a 3 for anything, looking at that. Red 5 is unfortunate.
Chi.
And that's another one of her outs gone. In fact, that's all 4s. She's down to 1-7. It is now a hell weight. It wasn't at the time, admittingly, and that is unfortunate. Yeah, that was a little bit of a troll weight there, but still. Does happen, annoyingly. So, on to... is this South? South 2. So, it has to be said, from what I've seen of Myung's hand, playing a bit better than... North? No, North. In fact, the hand's kind of disjointed, really, so not much you can really do with that, depressingly. Which does happen in Mahjong, but at that point, it's more about not dealing in, and especially when other people have really good hands. I mean, Draconis is quite close to Tenpai already. Vikings looks quite impressive. And that's still fairly disjointed. Gets rid of a dragon early. It's if you're going to get rid of dragons, always best to do it in the first 3 tiles. Otherwise, you're kind of committed to holding them. than the last game, certainly. But I really needed people to take points off Viking before this game, so he doesn't break my record, which he's going to do. I would imagine, unless something absolutely catastrophic happens to him in the next few hands. I mean, it's possible. I mean, Byman direct hits happen. That's sort of later stages of hand building. At this point, you probably want to get rid of the 8 or the 2. Get rid of the 5 instead. I mean, I guess the 5 could have been slightly more useful with this setup. One more Khan. No, it's not necessarily. I mean, in fairness, if you were to do a direct hit Hanneman into somebody, that would be a 3,600 swing. If it's dealer, if it's non-dealer, it's still a 2,400 swing. So what are you actually waiting on here? Yeah, 5-8. So 5-8 Sozu. Okay, 4 gets played. Keeps for 6, because that obviously keeps his sets together. Oh no, that's going to lead to the discard. Not yet, admittedly, but I suppose if she draws a 7, that saves her.
Gong.
And there's the 8. So Young loses some more points to Draconis, who is now definitely in contention for a for this. He's dealer, of course, which always gives him an advantage. And he's now less than 10,000 points behind the lead. And apparently, well. Wow. Well, in 5 minutes, I'll find out what the heck you're talking about. I'm not even sure it's necessarily this hand. And we'll see how this goes. Does that mean Vikings losing a lot of points? Because I'm on board with this plan. I am very much on board with this plan. I will be 2 p.m. Hey, sometimes being dealer is important. Let's see, what are we looking at then?
Chi.
Well, if this is the Ford Origade, then she's gonna get a lot of Souths. So I imagine this isn't the game they... Oh, maybe it is. You seriously going to draw all 4 Souths here? No.
Kang.
Can't for 1. There's South. Okay, there we go.
Home.
Dora free.
Kang.
Okay, this is the insane one. I mean, she's not in Tenpai, which is the only thing I would mark against
Gee.
this. Discard the East, I would guess, from this. Yep. So she draws the 5, she's directly in Tenpai. She draws the 3 of the 6, she can get rid of the closed and go that way round. North doesn't help. So that is now a 4-7 Tenpai from Dracona. Sorry, from Viking. There's for South.
Khan.
There's a Khan. Khan 4. There we go. So many things to worry about. Drops for 9. That's probably the safest thing to get rid of at this point. And she could still technically reach here. Which would be a lot of Uradura. In fact, all the Uradura if that happens. Tenpai, reach.
Ich.
Discard the 5-man. Please discard the 5-man. Yes, okay.
Chi.
I didn't even look to see if that was safe, but 6-3 then is the waiting on this, which does have some outs available. And that is a lot of Uradura. That is a huge threat. Huge threat.
Chi.
I don't know quite why you did that, but... Because it doesn't advance your hand. It doesn't actually do anything other than kill the Apatsu, which was already killed. Boom!
Dong.
How many Uradura did you hit? 6! Well, if people are going to give you that many Khans, then that is what's going to happen. That is what is going to happen. So that puts Debbie into... Is she outright second? No, she's in third still, but... I don't know if she's... I don't know. Sorry, I need to change player perspective here. So yeah, she's second. Okay. That's fine. We'll go back to our standard seat, not to confuse people. And I played that well. I was looking for the 4-Khan draw potential there, which obviously didn't come off, but... Yeah, had that have happened, though, that would have been an abortive draw and they'd have redone the round. So, what are we looking at then? Oh, is Viking fluffed? Is Viking going to lose some points? I mean, not that I care, but does he lose 50 points? In fact, could he lose 13? Can he lose exactly 40 points? That would be awesome right now. Okay, so what's Debbie on? She's on 6 pairs. Sorry. I don't know why I said 6. She's on... It's because it's still 6 there. She's on 4 pairs currently, but not really advancing towards anything significant with them. Has no Dora for escape value. What else we got going on? That's quite a lot of... That's getting quite close on Draconis' side of things. Well, the draws haven't been particularly great for this hand. 5 dots. 4 gets rid of 4. I guess that makes some sense.
7
Okay, Debbie going for the for the all simples. I guess get rid of a 9 if you're forcing this. Yeah. Well, I'll find out how I'm using in about 5 minutes, sirs. Okay, good draw. 8 goes here. Keep going with the theme. That gives Zhong a chance to call. Doesn't take it.
1
And there's the reach. So, waiting on a 2 dot only, which is a Suji trap. Gets rid of the 8. The other alternate Suji. Oh, just the turn after it was immediately passed up. There you go.
4
So, reach Sanchiku. Oh, and that's an immediate Hanneman back. Well, in fairness, that doesn't undo the buyman, but it is unfortunate. You're at least dealer now. So, last dealer turn. Let's see what we got. Debbie has a cockshy hand. I mean, it's not really. It's only got 7, but it's almost not worth considering what you can do from there. Unless you get lucky. Zhongling doesn't have a bad hand from here. Draconis is probably the one most likely to get anywhere. He's actually only 2 from Tenpai. Meanwhile, Viking up top, not bad at all. Oh, now you see, with that extra draw, I'd have been inclined to keep the North and try to go for the 13 orphans, but again, it's unlikely, so you can't see that. You can't see this a bad thing. 7 means you have to draw another 7. At best, you're going to have to do that in 18, 19 tiles. And the last one you can call of anybody. But still, at 7, you have practically no chance. Let's assume you have 7. That means only 6 tiles are actually useful for you. 7 technically it's 13 for one of them, so we'll leave that one slide. But that's still 13 out of 4 out of the number of tiles in the deck, which is 36, and then another 6 of another basically 6 out of 66, and decreasing odds at each single time. So it's 1 in 6 followed then by less than 1. You know, the odds dramatically decrease, and at 7 you practically got no chance within those 18, 19 draws, and you might have less if there's calls. Also, you have to hope nobody wins in the meantime, which, again, is likely, but not impossible to go that long. It's just, there are so many factors that are against you hitting that Mungan at 7, Yakuman at 7, it's just not worth trying. At 10, it's still likely not worth trying, but you've got nothing better to do. If you have 10, I think it's worth trying, definitely. But you're not realistically expecting to get it even then. Because at that point, you only have 3 useful tiles left, and you have to hit all 3. Mainly the last one can come from anywhere, which does increase the numbers, but still. There's no real factors against you here. This is you going for a Honitsu hand, which is fairly obvious. In fact, arguably, you should have kept the Norths over the 9-so, which isn't really helping your cause that much. Why are you keeping the 9-so there? I mean, sure, get rid of it now, but with the Norths at least, you had the possibility of turning that into a Honitsu. You already were committed to a Honitsu with the West Call. It It would have meant that you wouldn't be stuck on this no-turn right
Honk.
here, and you'd just be in your now single. For Toy Toy. Yeah, 4-7. Kind of unnecessary from the lead, but...
Sumo.
And Sumid. Okay, Sumo Mungan, and I'm just going to mark those points on the tracker, and then I will call it a stream. So, mark that across. Match 34. So, Draconis, Victor gains 54. Viking does gain 7, which unfortunately moves him ever closer to my total top rank. And I think overall... I guess actually no. I've done that wrong. I have done that wrong. I nearly gave myself points, which would have been terrible. So yeah, Draconis 54. You gain 7. So I do close the gap slightly, but that's fine. Minus 37. View and drag that across, and we will just quickly review the table as it stands right now. So that was a win for Draconis. So he goes up to 8 wins in total. And let's just do a quick sort. So by FZ to A, then by win percentage, Z to A, then by... Actually, that should be fine, but I'll do this anyway. So, Viking currently is top. I am second. Draconis is in third. Urza, who has turned up for the last couple of weeks, is still currently in fourth. Jesper staying in the ranks. I know he didn't play today. Neither did JPV. And then we go down into V0 score, which are currently led by Saint on win percentage. Then Cash, Yong, Kung Pao Debbie, Rise, Scotty, and Neowolf. So, I will see people again next week, which will hopefully be a longer session. I won't be having the Mahjong thing. Yes, you at one stage did have more than 100 points. It was very well done of you. So, the ELO thing kind of lost. I kind of noticed I made an error quite early on, and it's a long process to go and fix. So I've actually scrapped the ELO system for the moment. Nevertheless, I am heading out, and I will see you next week, where we will do more Mahjong, I am sure. So, until then.